How's it going, everybody? I am Donut. We are reacting to Luke Cage, Season 1, Episode 12, Soliloquy of Chaos. So, it's gonna be another big fight between Luke and, we didn't quite get our fight with Luke, that episode. It was a big climactic moment, but it wasn't really a fight. So, now we're gonna get a big climactic fight in this episode, probably, and then our final fight next episode. So, that's, like our final moments of the fight next episode, our final, killing of Diamondback, assumingly, next episode. I don't think we're just going to arrest him. I think we're going to kill him. So, let's check it out. Jump into this one. If you want to see the full length, check it out on the Patreon below for $4 a month. If you want to check out the next one as well, you can get that out on the Patreon for $4 or $8 if you want the full length and early access. Yeah, check it out yourself. Let's jump into this one. Okay, we were arguing about how we wanted to start this discussion. What is the most important, impactful, thing people want us to discuss about this episode? Is it the Method Man thing? Is it just Diamondback's costume at the end of this episode? I'm going with the Diamondback's costume at the end of the episode. So, I thought, okay, this is clearly his comic book uniform and all that. He's some sort of, trooper. If I would to, guess, I would say that in the comics he is some sort of failed super soldier as well. Sure. And they have just, not had him have powers in this and stuff like that. That would have been my guess. So, give me the deets.
Okay, so completely unpowered, only ever shows up in Luke's not even his backstory, but the setup to how he became Luke Cage, Hero for Hire.
Okay.
He is just a dude on the streets.
Really? He's wow, so inconsequential.
I did want to say that he does, the costume does kind of come from somewhere in that it is, it's based on his outfit, his normal person outfits. I'm just gonna look up Diamondback 616 real quick.
Sure. I'll look away, just in case.
Yeah, this is the one I'm thinking of.
Okay, I'm gonna have to put an image up on screen or something. So, send me this over Discord.
Yeah.
But,
so
with just a giant knife.
Yeah, I mean, he is called Diamondback because he's the fast with a knife. He strikes like a snake.
Okay.
Yeah, but he is just a street level guy.
Interesting. It's surprised they made him such a they seem to have just been making everything so much more so much more interesting than it was in the comics, but at the same time the writing is also kind of weird, so
it is
they have good concepts. As we always keep saying. Sorry, keep burping. But the helmet seemed like the most comic booky thing out of all of it, but it does seem like, hey, this looks a little bit like his head.
Yeah, that's really it. The top of the helmet looks kind of like his hair, which his normal hair also kind of looks like.
Yeah.
And he's got sort of the V thing down here, which is supposed to be sort of like a Cobra hood.
Okay, yeah. Now I get that.
I actually found it really weird that, the suit in the show is, apart from that, very plain, almost.
Yeah.
Whereas, the one he was wearing as a gangster in the comics has, a snakeskin pattern to it. I would have been fine if they'd gone less insanely goofy or more insanely goofy. But, where they hit here just gave me a big, what?
It is probably the silliest costume I have seen. As you said, this looks less silly. His comic costume looks less silly than the show version. I cannot think of a single costume I have seen in comics that is more silly than this uniform.
Yeah.
Because it's so, as you said, it's so, plain but ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so, well, you're not wearing a superhero costume, so what are you wearing?
The visor especially feels very strange.
Yeah. I was it's not a reference to the comics, and it seems to make his vision worse.
Yeah.
You would assume. I mean, there could be some sort of tech thing going on there.
Maybe. Oh, maybe we'll get the Iron Man thing with the heads-up display. I do like that when he's wearing the suit, he seems to smile more than he did before. So, the contrast of his teeth and just, the fact he can't see the rest of his face looked very striking to me.
Yeah, sure. I think he's smiling now because, he's generally smiling whenever he's confident.
Sure.
But to be fair, he goes between extremely confident and like kind of worried. Not like truly worried, but just like, you know, we saw him in the situation trying to run away from the people firing bullets and everything. And in that he's just like, gotta get away.
Yeah.
Like, he was confident when they were, you know, holding him up, but as soon as the action actually starts, he gets focused.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's whenever he's around Luke, he's smiling so much more because he's just so deranged and you know, wanting that revenge.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so I think that's everything we've talked about with the costume.
With the suit, yeah.
First of all,
we can bring up the Domingo thing if he wants.
what more is there to say there about it? Who cares about Domingo?
I mean, I don't think his plan was bad, because what he saw was just, oh, Diamondback is crazy. We could just shoot him.
I mean, his plan would have worked if they just shot him.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like that sort of scene only works if they needed information out of him.
Right.
But they didn't, so they're just stupid for not killing him.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of times, you got that, you know, where it's like, why don't they just kill him? And it's like, well, they need information out of him, which is usually the go-to why you wouldn't kill somebody. But that wasn't the case here, so it just seemed like, let's all, like the thing that they did with the cops, let's all get close and surround him.
Yeah. Which is also real weird, because it's not like Domingo has a personal attachment. Like, I could see Diamondback not killing Luke for a long time just because they have such personal beef.
Or like him not killing Misty because he, you know, he's like, that was clearly a dumb decision. But that's in Diamondback's character. He was doing it for a psychological reason.
Domingo not shooting Diamondback was just real weird.
Yeah. Let me move the camera a little bit.
Oh, sure. Wait, that direction?
Wrong way. Yeah. That whole scene, again, also, like, I don't know, it just wasn't that interesting. Like, Diamondback, you know, going up against, like, all these guys, but the scene was just, like, him just getting out of there.
Yeah.
It wasn't that interesting. I think they could have done more with it to hype up Diamondback just by himself. Like, I think it was implied that he had other men there still that was like...
No, okay, so we saw two of them, and only one of them got shots.
Okay.
So the implication is, it's just the other guy holding off all of Domingo's guys.
Okay. Which is not that, like, it's not like a guy we know.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's, you know, doing anything in that regard. So, yeah, I don't know. That scene was... I feel like they could have...
Yeah.
Made it more interesting in one way or another, either way around, in any way.
It was surprising that, like, Diamondback just didn't manage to hit most of the other guys.
Yeah.
Like, it was his two lackeys shooting most of Domingo's guys. Like,
they
could have made the scene exactly the same, but just had Diamondback be, you know, hit more people, and it would have made it cooler.
That was my impression. That's why, like, going back, it's like, okay, no... Like, that, he had other people there that were doing the stuff, and some people we saw got hit were one of his guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it made it less impressive. Yeah, I'm not sure if I have anything else to say about the whole... wait, I want to talk about the suit of Diamondback with, it seems like it's bulletproof, but in a really weird way.
Yeah.
Like, it's bulletproof, but it didn't even leave, like, any mark. It's, like, it just, like, sort of bounced off, as opposed to, like, a bulletproof vest, which is, like, taking the impact.
Yeah.
It sort of, like, almost made no impact at all. Like, reverse impact.
Yeah, like it absorbed the energy.
Yeah. So, that's gonna be interesting, because it's not like Luke fights with a gun or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it makes it so that way we can't just, like, you know... So somebody can't just pop off a shot at him.
Yeah. I guess the big question is then, like, what will it do to one of Luke's punches? Like,
sure.
Can it stop the punch?
I didn't even think... Like, I assumed, like, it would still, you know, he would punch it... Like, even if he's not taking the impact, it would still, like, throw him or something. But that might not even be the case. It might completely absorb the impact.
Yeah. Because, like, the big question I've had for the entire second half is... How does this fight happen? Like, I've been pretty convinced there's going to be a fight, and now he has a suit, it's pretty clear, like, yeah, it's going to be an actual fisty fight.
Yeah.
But how does Luke not just tear his head off or something? If the suit's able to absorb the punches, that gives him way better of a chance to survive.
Sure, I think so. Like, yeah, they've already been in fights, but that was when Luke was weakened, so...
Yeah. And even then, like, Luke was, as he was getting more and more into the fights, Diamondback couldn't do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he couldn't do anything against Luke, but he wasn't, like, you know, getting killed because he got punched by Luke or anything.
True.
Luke does the thing of, like, holding back to make sure he doesn't kill somebody.
Yeah, he throws people rather than punching them.
Yeah. I mean, even when he punches people, he still holds back. I mean, he can punch through a brick wall, so we know he's holding back.
Yeah.
So I think that covers everything with the suit and with Diamondback. Do you want to cover just anything else that happened with Diamondback this episode? This episode was kind of Diamondback light, honestly.
Yeah. I guess if you want to go into Zip a little bit.
Sure. I mean, I was going to try and launch into Method Man stuff, but...
we could do Method Man stuff and then swirl back around.
I mean, really quickly, like, Zip, I was starting to really like this episode as a, like, he is... I like him in the same way that I like Turk, in which, like, they are people in the MCU that, no matter what happens to them, I'm kind of fine with it happening to them.
Sure.
Because they're very interesting characters, but they are so repeat offenders to the point of stupidity that it, like, I can't feel sorry for them anymore. I felt a little bit sorry for Zip this episode just because, like, I always feel bad for anybody who is held at gunpoint knowing they're gonna die.
Yeah.
Like, that always gets me in mind that, like, knowing you're gonna die gets me way more than just somebody dying. But so, Zip knowing that was going to happen, like, just suddenly, it's always the going from, this is a normal random day that I'm having to, oh, this is the day where I die.
Yeah.
Like, that's always what gets me, rather than, like, someone who would be, like, Diamondback when all the people surround him. Even if, like, he knew he was going to die. Like, that wasn't the case. But even if that was the case, it wouldn't be as, like, I kind of feel bad for him. This was a normal day, and then he just suddenly felt like he was going to die because he's been antagonizing people. He knew it was going to come, blah, blah, blah. And Zip, even though he was going to kill Shades, he thought that was all going to go fine. He didn't think, like, oh, this might go wrong, which Diamondback did. He thought, they might come after me, but... but yeah, so I really enjoyed what they did with Zip's character, though, even if he is an awful, horrible person.
Yeah, fair.
And an extremely stupid, dumb person.
I mean, I would say he's not stupid. He's dumb, but he's not stupid, in my mind.
What's the difference?
I think the difference is that, like, he makes dumb decisions, but he is an intelligent person. Like, he is thinking a lot of the time.
Sure.
Like, he is the goon who goes, why are we shooting a guy who's invincible? He is the guy who wants to...
Does he?
Yeah.
When did
he literally said that last episode when he was shooting Luke, and he said, why are we shooting him? This guy's bulletproof.
I thought he said, why is he hiding? He's bulletproof.
No, it was specifically, why are we shooting?
Really?
Yeah, because then Diamondback comes up and says, don't shoot him, shoot the girl.
Oh, okay. I could have sworn... Was it somebody else that said he's hiding?
It might have been one of the other goons, perhaps.
Maybe. But,
But, like, there's that. There's Zip trying to step up, like...
Either way, I don't take that as Zip. I take that as Zip shooting Luke and then going, why am I doing this?
Okay.
Because I would not take that if that was the only time we got in that scene. But every time Zip has ever seen Luke, he just sees him and he's like, it's time to start shooting!
Fair. Now, secondarily, there's the fact that Zip, like, at the start of the episode, when he's trying to be Shades, like, when he walks in with the shades on, like, after that point, he's still clearly, like, thinking, he's trying to give input, he's trying to figure out what Diamondback wants from him.
Yeah.
And that worked out pretty well at the end of last episode, when he's the reason, he is the reason why Diamondback got out of the building. Diamondback did not realize there was an exit.
Yeah, I mean...
He was the one who opened it up at the exit and was like, hey, over here.
Zip has always come in clutch on all of those things, which I think is stupid. Just because he is thinking, I don't think that makes him intelligent.
Okay.
I think it's I think it being a dumb move makes it stupid as well. It would have been intelligent if he left.
Okay.
It's stupid that he went to Diamondback. Like, it's stupid that he continues to try, like, Turk, gave him the solid fact, like, I'm not stupid. Like, he is stupid, but I'm not as stupid as you are, because I'm, like, freelance. I'm not working for these people. I'm not getting caught up in this shit.
I mean, I think you can be intelligent and do dumb things, which I guess is where I'm going at with this. Like, especially because Diamondback shuts down Zip when he's trying to be intelligent. He brings up, the first rule of power, never be, better than the master.
Yeah.
And that is, I think, the reason why Shades ends up killing him. It's because after that point, he is a robot. Like, he is being just a puppet. He's not doing anything that has not been directly told, to him to do.
Right. I guess I just would not make a distinction between him being intelligent but making stupid decisions.
Okay.
I would just say he's making stupid decisions, thus he is stupid.
Okay, fair. I would definitely graph it out better.
I would say you can be intelligent and make stupid decisions, but if every decision you make is stupid, you are stupid.
Okay.
Like, it has to be the exception to you for it to not define your stupidity.
I mean, I would put it on, like, an XY axis and say, like, you can continuously do, like, be more and more intelligent while also continuously doing more and more stupid things. Like, I do think, like, Turk is more intelligent and more stupid than Zip is. Because, you know, he puts himself in a safer position so he doesn't die. But he also does go out and, you know, deal with supers and not tell them what they need to know when they're going to break his arms.
I think his IQ might be, you know, I think your IQ could go up while still making stupid decisions.
Sure.
But I don't think that makes you intelligent.
I mean, your IQ is your intelligence.
Yes, but I think there's a real life, you know, quantifiable intelligence of if you have a high IQ, but you wouldn't be able to survive a single day because you would eat a piece of shit on the ground because you just see it and you think it's food. That doesn't make you intelligent.
See, I think it would. I think, like, it is the difference between intelligence and wisdom, which are two extremely different things.
Okay.
I would say eating shit on the ground makes you very not wise.
I don't know if that's wisdom.
I'd say wisdom and stupidity are two, like, separate axes. Or not two separate, they're the same, two different points on the same axis.
I would agree that intelligence and wisdom are two separate things, but I don't see
What's
like
opposite of
what is
intelligence, then?
wisdom in Zip here?
Like, his wisdom, that's the thing, he has extremely low wisdom, but high intelligence. Like, he would be wise if he had said, you know, I'm getting out of here, or, like, clearly this man is unstable, or if he had gone, you know, if he had ignored what Diamondback said and continued to try and, like, you know, take a, you know, have a lookout while he's, you know, looking at Shades. Or even if he just, you know, had Shades come into the elevator and then had the two guys with guns shoot him. Like, I think that would all be wise.
Okay. See, I would definitely say it the other way around.
Okay.
Whereas, like, when I consider somebody to be wise, I consider, like, I mean, I get now that I'm about to say this sounds incredibly stupid.
Okay.
And I'm definitely probably thinking about this wrong. But, like, if I were to think about somebody who's wise, I would be like, oh, yeah, a scientist, someone who's good at math, someone who just knows a lot.
Okay.
You know, someone who could apply their intelligence in really, you know, useful ways or whatever.
Yeah, I'd agree
Whereas
with that.
I would say intelligence is simply the... I don't know how I would define what I considered somebody to be intelligent as. Some common sense, I guess, is the best way to put it, but like to a heightened level.
See, I would put common sense in wisdom. Like, I would say intelligence is your processing power, and wisdom is what you actually know.
Sure. I will, you know,
Yeah.
I will bow to you on this one, because I'm probably wrong.
Okay.
But either way,
Yeah.
Intelligence, wisdom aside, I think Zip is a retarded, stupid idiot.
Sure. By the way, since we're bringing up Zep, they brought up Romeo 3 times in this episode.
Yes.
Made sure to go back and, you know, see if he was mentioned before. He wasn't.
He was not.
No.
I am like 99% certain that Turk said something about, like, maybe not Romeo, but said, how is blah 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 doing?
He didn't. Turk brings up Romeo once this episode. Shades brings up Romeo twice this episode.
Right. But
Before this episode, they didn't bring up Romeo.
right, but they had to have brought up somebody else when they
maybe.
were saying, when Turk was like, hey, how is blah 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 doing? Because they have established that Turk and Zip are friends already. They've established that way back when we saw Turk the first time.
Wait, was it then?
Let me check. Alright, I have no idea. I cannot find it. I feel so certain that somebody said, of the, like, criminal side of things, one person, I thought it was Turk, said to somebody, hey, how's X doing? And then, you know, I don't remember how they responded, but I remember that line as like, okay, I should remember this. But I don't know. If somebody remembers it, maybe I'm going absolutely insane. But I could swear to God I remember this. Either way, I guess not Romeo. Well, it's not a Turk and Zip thing.
Yeah. Turk and Zip have not interacted. I mean, before this episode.
Hey, apparently. I could have sworn that we had learned they were, that they knew each other and everything, but apparently I'm just insane. So, I guess I have nothing to say about that then.
Alright.
I don't think it's actually going to be that important then.
I think it's going to be important, but I don't think it's going to be important in Season 1. I don't think we have enough time next episode to do entire Zip plotline.
I think it's just going to be eventually we're going to see a character named Romeo.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be that important.
They kind of implied that Romeo was dead.
Sure, I mean in a flashback or something.
Oh, sure.
Luke Cage, we get tons of fucking flashbacks.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, we'll see him at some point, but I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be a big thing.
Okay.
I mean, it could be, but considering it's only been brought up one episode, in this episode, I don't know.
I mean, like, something like, Bessie in episode 1 is something I would think of as, like, not going to be important, because it came up once in one episode, whereas they brought up Romeo 3 times in the same episode, and that might just be because Zip was going to die, but then why?
Yeah.
Like, why not have it just be one mention?
Yeah, like, the Betsy thing, sure, I get, but, I thought that was going to be way more important than it was.
Same.
We still have not seen who the hell that is, right?
No.
But yeah, I thought that was going to be a lot more important, so I would not say that, I thought that was not important, but I thought this was.
Okay.
I would definitely say the opposite. When they casually drop something, I think of that as way more important than when they, beat you over the head with it.
Okay.
I don't know why, but, important in terms of, remembering. Like, if they say Romeo to me 3 times in an episode, I'm going to be like, okay, when Romeo comes up, they're probably going to be like, hey, it's Romeo. Do you remember when we said Romeo before?
Okay, fair.
Whereas, if Betsy comes back, when Lonnie comes back up, when Lonnie's mom came back up, it was not a, hey, do you remember these guys? It was if you were paying attention, you remember who these guys are. If not, these are just, unimportant random people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, where do we want to go from here?
Method Man.
Okay, let's finally talk about Method Man.
So cool seeing him and Luke interact. I really enjoyed the part in your reaction where you were like, oh yeah, it's 2 famous dudes are both going, oh, I got that famous dude's hoodie.
Yeah. I love, the Spider-Man level meme of just, the, oh! I felt so weird in that scene because I did not realize that was supposed to be the convenience store owner at first. So, for halfway into the scene, I was like, is this someone from Wu-Tang that I don't recognize?
Ah, yeah.
I was like, I feel like this is also a celebrity that I'm supposed to recognize, but I don't. But, and then, wasn't the convenience store guy at the radio place?
No.
Was he not?
No, he
wasn't.
Am I
crazy?
No.
I thought I saw him there too.
Sure not.
I didn't think he said anything, but I thought I just saw him in the background. And that's why I was confused. Wait, was he a celebrity or something? But anyway, the whole one, it's wild how many just celebrities we've been getting in Luke Cage.
Yeah.
It's not hey, here's this famous actor. It's just here's this famous person as that famous person. I think what other famous people have we gotten in the MCU? We've gotten Elon Musk in Iron Man 1.
Yeah. There was a there was a deleted scene in Iron Man 1 where they also got Ghostface Killah.
Okay. Anybody else? In just Iron Man 1? I mean, I'm sure they've gotten some people, of, big and, famous importance.
But they rarely ever, just say, here's this famous person.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Let us know if you can.
Yeah. Honestly, not even in the, Harlem's Paradise way of, here's this famous singer singing or something.
Yeah, that's, that's all still Luke Cage as well, but I wasn't even thinking of that when I was thinking of the amount of famous people Luke Cage has had. But yeah, if we're counting the guest singers, they've had so many.
Yeah.
But, okay, so, the whole, song, do we want to talk about, the scene itself before we get into the songs? The song, we have a lot to say about, I'm sure.
I'd say, let's do the scene first.
Okay. Where do we even start on this?
In general, I really love the concept of actually, do you mean the convenience store scene or like the entire singing thing?
I was talking about just the convenience store scene.
Okay.
But did you want to?
No, we can do the convenience store scene.
I mean, I'm not sure if I said that, but I'm not sure if I have anything to say about it. It's pretty straightforward. We can just get right into the song, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the continuity of, it does seem like, yeah, it is the convenience store guy who invented the trend of the bulletproof hoodies.
Yeah, who, like, is selling them now.
Yeah.
Everything. Within hours, starts selling them. Everything in Luke Cage happened, like, so fast.
Yeah.
It's one of, like, the quickest paced shows I think we had, where it's like, it has been months, to be fair, but, like, scene by scene, we get so many scenes where it's just, like, we cut hard from, like, night to day.
Yeah.
But it's, like, it doesn't seem like much time has passed, you know, in terms of, like, how far Luke has walked or something, or, like, what has happened, but, various stuff like that, or like this, where it's like, we immediately start selling the hoodies, but it's like, that had to have happened within, like, 2 hours he started selling these hoodies.
Yeah.
And then, like, also it's all on the radio. Like, this all just starts happening all at once.
I mean, I don't know if they intended this or not, but Sway's Universe, real radio thing, it is, I believe, recorded in California.
Really?
Yeah. Like, it's not a New York thing.
Interesting. I wonder if they... I think it was implied to be in Harlem.
Yeah.
So...
I mean, it felt like it was just he walked in and started talking.
Yeah. Which is wild. Like, it's not, not like he had some thing that he was there to do. We just walked into a radio station and said, "Hey, I'm Method Man. I have something to say." And they said, "Okay."
I mean, yeah, if Method Man walks into your radio station, you let him speak.
Because when they said, like, "Okay, now you have a rap for us," or whatever, I was like, "Are you gonna start freestyling for us?" I was like, oh, "Okay, so, you know, that's why he's here." He's like, you know, like, even in universe, he was here, like, debut some song. It's like, no, that was an original song that he came out with. He was freestyling it, and shit. So it's like, and maybe he was there to just freestyle or whatever. But I like the idea that he did just walk in, and they're just like, "All right, it's Method Man time now. Hey, I heard you had a," like, it's also, if that is the case, so much more putting him on the spot of like, "Hey, I heard you had a freestyle for us." But Luke in a camo hoodie is so funny looking to me.
Yeah. It's so, like, he usually does do the very simple, you know, single color prints.
Yeah. Like, Luke in just color is funny to me. Like, even, like, you know, the big bright yellow, like, vest he's wearing with it when he broke out of prison.
Okay.
Like, you know, it's just, Luke in bright colors is just, because everything he wears is just gray, black, blue. It's just, like, super dark, dreary colors.
Yeah.
So, like, him wearing this camo hoodie makes him stand out more than he normally does. Like, just in general with the colors and everything like that. But then also now, everybody's wearing bulletproof vests, or, sorry, I keep saying bulletproof hoodies instead of bullet hold hoodies.
That is a very different statement.
I'm so used to saying bulletproof when I'm talking about Luke that I keep saying bulletproof, constant reaction. The bullet hole hoodies, now him wearing the only hoodie that doesn't have holes in it. Great contrast. I love it. The bullet hold hoodies in general are such a powerful message and such a powerful fashion statement.
Yeah.
I love all the guys that are just like, you know, as the cop cars are passing, they're just like, "Fucking what you gonna do?"
Yeah.
Okay, so the song itself, like, or there's one lyric in the song that doesn't make any sense. The hero for hire.
Yeah. Now we got a hero for hire and he a black one.
Yeah. Not the black one makes sense. Sure, that's not the part I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. But hero for hire. Why? Like, that's the only out of universe line.
Because specifically at the end of the bodega scene, Luke, like, the bodega owner says a lot of people will pay for that kind of protection, and Luke says, no, you know, it's not for sale.
Yeah.
So that is the one thing that Method Man specifically saw. Okay, Luke doesn't do that. And then he went and he was like, yeah, you can hire him.
I mean, Evan's got his own agenda, man. He's like, Luke says he's not going to be a hero for hire. I'm going to make him a hero for hire.
Oh, no. Honestly, I could see that being the final twist in the end of the season. Like, well, everyone thinks I'm a hero for hire, and I don't have a job, so I guess I'm a hero for hire.
It's so weird. Now, clearly that line was talking about Jessica Jones because she wears all black.
Ah.
And she's secretly a man.
Oh, no!
So, the rest of the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
But, okay, well, do we just want to...
Yeah, I just have all the lyrics here.
Yeah, we don't have to go through all of them, but, like, what specifically jumped out at you that you wanted to, like, talk about?
I do think "Can't Understand a Man If He Ain't Lived What He Lived" is really strong in this context.
Yeah.
Like, that does sum up a lot of Luke as a person. I mean, we said before, he's unbelievably unrelatable.
Yeah.
And I do think, in universe, too, extremely unrelatable.
Yeah, but, like, you, like, as they always say, the people who know him, the people who have seen him do things, the people who are there trust him.
Yeah.
Even the people who were at a protest for Luke Cage. Luke Cage comes in there, they leave, and everybody's like, oh yeah, Luke, we love you. You got it, buddy. You're not...
And they all testified very clearly, yeah, we saw Luke. He was being shot. He wasn't holding us hostage.
So, like, it is so clear, like, if you are there, you know, like, you can see the truth with your own eyes. Everything just gets twisted, for your perspective to everybody else.
Yeah.
I liked the Cottonmouth line, when you got a Cottonmouth plucking ashes off the cliff, just as, like, a in-universe line. Like, I love being able to have a line like that sounds so comic, like a rap about a comic book, but it's like, yeah, it's all in universe.
Yeah.
Like that Here for Hire line, we say it is out of universe, but it doesn't have to be. It seems out of universe, but it doesn't have to. It could just be, again, Method Man just forcing his own agenda there.
Yeah. We got, of course, there ain't no Iron Man who can come and save us all.
Yeah.
It is the classic, like, it exists in the comics, it exists in the MCU. If this is happening in New York, why doesn't Iron Man come from, Iron Man Tower and, repulsor beam diving back in the face?
Yeah. It's the... I don't know how you would put it, but you have different levels of people looking out for different levels of people.
Yeah. Like, Luke is a person who can be in Harlem and look out for everyone in Harlem, and he knows what's going on, he knows the problems.
Yeah.
Like, if Tony decided, I'm going to clean up Harlem, he'd probably do a lot more bad than good.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's also the thing. Like, Tony is the kind of person who's like, if I'm not saving the world, I don't care about your problems.
Yeah.
Like, he's extremely like, the more... A lot of the Avengers are very greater good.
Yeah.
We are here to help the whole world. They are all extremely selfish. The vast majority of them are extremely selfish.
Yeah.
It is interesting that, like, our movie heroes, the ones that are legitimately paid heroes for the world, are, like, the ones who are barely heroes.
Right.
They're pretty selfish, and they're, like, they've all got some pretty fucked up shit going on with them, and they've done some pretty fucked up shit, too. But, yeah, whereas, like, a lot of our other ground-level heroes are way less... morally or way less morally questionable. Like, they are I guess they're more morally accepted. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I can't,
they're more moral.
Yeah.
They care about people on a more personal basis rather than like, well, if I'm not doing if I'm not doing a whole lot of good, what's the point?
I mean, I do imagine if Tony tried to help Harlem, he would just send a bunch of the the mass production units in.
Yeah.
And that would be just like Sokovia, where everyone would just punch him in the face and throw stuff at him.
Yeah.
Not helping.
No, not helping. Because it probably wouldn't do much either. It would just be like, oh, now we got metal police? Cool.
Oh, boy. Oh, no, not the metal police.
What else in this song was a great line?
Boy, already took Malcolm Martin. This is the last one.
Yeah. Like, a lot of great lines. Like, I gave up my line for Trayvon to have one. Which that line though, that line does bother me though.
Okay.
I don't like the sentiment of I would give my life for Trayvon to have one. It should more be, I would give my life for everyone else who is alive now to not have that happen to them.
I mean, I think that is vaguely the sentiment.
I get the sentiment, but I think that line specific. I think a lot of people say that too. Whereas I feel like that comes across so much more as a oh, I would give my life for Trayvon to let him live, but then, oh, put yourself in a supernatural situation where you could do that, and it's like, would you? But it's like, but, you know, a lot of people would give their life for, you know, not literally giving their life, but, like, going to protest, you know, you might die there, and stuff. And that is a lot more active, whereas saying that feels a little bit more virtue signaling, whereas, like, you know, the rest of the song is not that.
Yeah.
But that line, like, that type of line, always, you know.
I mean, the line right before it, that I'm about to trade the mic for a Magnum, is a very proactive, like, self-policing line.
Yeah. But, so, like, I get his intent behind it. I think the wording, I just wanted to, you know, I think this is the only chance I'm ever going to get to actually say that.
Sure.
But,
I get you.
I really loved my favorite part of the song is just the roaches in the crib, ain't got no food in the fridge, plus the crime running rampant and it's screwing up the kids.
Yeah.
Like, just those two lines are, love it. Yeah. One of my favorite lines from a song called Promenade is, ain't none cooking on the stove but crack. I love that line so much. Anything else? What? I always say anything else, which sounds so insulting. Every time I'm like, what I mean is like, what else? Which, I don't want to say what else, because I know I'm going to start being the Scott Arkerman of just, alright, what else?
There is, like, in addition to the freestyle version he did on the, you know, in the episode, there's also a studio version on the soundtrack. Yeah. And in both of them, like, on the hook, there is a, like, you already know what a bulletproof does. It sounds vaguely censored, but there is no, like, uncensored version of it.
Huh. Are you sure?
I mean, I've checked.
Okay. Like, I didn't know you just listened to one song on YouTube and you're like, oh. But, okay. That is interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder why. I don't know, I guess maybe also because, like, that is a one-syllable beat instead of a two-syllable beat.
I guess that might actually be done, like...
He's like, oh shit, I can't fit it in a syllable.
Yeah. I think that might honestly be it, especially, like, there is no reason not to cuss on Netflix. People cuss all the time in Luke Cage. There's no reason why they would have censored it.
It doesn't fit the rhyme scheme at all, either.
Yeah.
Because it's bulletproof love, bulletproof does, bulletproof thug, bulletproof love.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would not make any... the rhyme scheme would be so bad. So, yeah, I don't think that was... I don't think that's censored. I think that's intentional.
Yeah. I guess it is just...
Is there an extra beat there?
There is an extra beat.
Really? That's strange. I have to get back and listen to that part.
Yeah. I mean, I think that might just be leaving the beat in so you fill it in.
Sure. But still, with the rhyme scheme, I'm not sure how... I'd have to re-listen to it, because I don't honestly remember how that part sounded.
Yeah. He does shout out Pop, which I do like just as a general, like, you know, we said before that, yeah, even famous people do get their haircut at Pop's. Like, Pop's was the cornerstone of Harlem.
Yeah.
I really like...
Method Man, though, he has to pay.
Yeah. I mean, Method Man has to pay because he probably comes around, actually.
That's true.
Whereas, like, everyone on the list, like, those are all people that aren't coming around.
Yeah, that's true. It's not like they've gotten their haircut before, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think, like, if anybody on the list came to try and get their haircut twice, he'd be like, alright, now you gotta pay?
I think so. You get one, Al Pacino.
I love Bob. Oh, God. But,
yeah. I don't have a ton to say about it just in general, but it was just such a big moment.
Yeah, I really like the ending on the note of just, like, a personal to Luke Cage himself. Like, Luke Cage, please believe it, sir. Street's got your back. You already bulletproof love, baby.
Yeah. It is such a good reciprocal moment of, like, Luke's invulnerability is now metaphorically, like, on everyone who has one of these hoodies.
Yeah.
Like, they are showing that, yeah, I can't be shot. Well, at the same time, they're all standing with him. If he walks down the street in a bullet-ridden hoodie, no one's gonna look twice because everyone's wearing them.
Yeah, and, like, just the line of bulletproof love, I love. Like, the idea that, like, no matter how the media tries to spin this, we got your back. Like, our love is bulletproof for you. Oh, such a great line.
I think it's also just a strong attack on, like, what Mariah has been trying to do. Like, you cannot turn the streets against Luke now. It is not possible. Before it was. But now they're outright saying, no matter what, you can't spin this against him.
Yeah, it's extremely powerful. Just we said we were talking about the hero for hire and the black. No, that's not blind. I was talking about the bulletproof line. What was? I'm not sure which line I'm thinking of specifically. I'm not going to try and look through all.
Was the hook?
Was it?
That's where all the bulletproof stuff is.
I was thinking there was specifically a line about, like, you know, we got a hero, he's a black hero, he's bulletproof. I don't remember exactly what the line was, but it was, like, you know, spelling out the themality that we've been talking about the whole time.
I think that might have been in the interview before he goes into the song.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, where he's like, oh yeah, something powerful about a black man's bulletproof. That's what it was.
I think it's really cool because in real life, like, we do try to apply narrative to our lives, even though our lives are not being written by anyone.
Yeah.
I think it actually feels more real to have people try to make sense of what's going on.
Exactly. I when it first happened, my immediate reaction is like they're just spelling out the themes. But, like, I was like, no, but that, like, people do that in life constantly. We're doing that right now. Yeah. So, like, it makes perfect sense. And it like, it got to me emotionally, too, because of that. Like, of, you know, just feeling immersed and having the world also, like, the characters in the world acknowledge that, felt good as well. Because there's also plenty of series like that, too, where it's like, how in universe do you not see this obvious, like, thing? This obvious, like, thematic thing? Like, even if it is, like, life is not thematic, but, like, how can you not see this, like, this obvious symbolism. Yeah, this theme. Like, how has nobody said, hey, isn't it weird how this is really symbolic?
Yeah.
But yeah. So, okay, the Mariah and Shades duo.
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about them throughout the whole season so far?
Honestly, I've really enjoyed them this whole season. And I think, like, Mariah really spelled it out for me when she said, like, when she thought Shades was dead, she didn't really care that much. No. Like, it is a very, like, Shades is the one who likes Mariah. And that's partially because Shades sees Mama Mabel in her. Mariah also sees Mama Mabel in herself, and she doesn't want it.
Yeah.
It is this, like, being pushed into darkness. I think that's actually a really cool relationship. Like, in the sense of it being, like, Shades as the kingmaker or the queenmaker in this instance.
Yeah. I think my problem with them is that I feel like they are interesting characters that I like thinking about, but I'm not sure if I am entertained whenever it is Shades and Mariah together.
Okay.
They seem to have this problem with me where, in the moment, my reactions to their stuff are never that interesting. It's kind of just like, I don't know. But I do think about them plenty. And I do find them interesting. Shades I like a lot more individually than I like Mariah individually. Individually, whatever. But, together, you know, I'm not sure how I really feel about them that much, you know, lasting as their, like, final two, essentially.
I think that, like, first of all, if we're going to do anything with them, like, if they don't die next episode, then I don't think we're getting anything with them until Luke Cage Season 2.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're building up to a moment where Mariah pops off, like where she becomes Black Mariah, where she is, you know, like fully embracing it. And in that moment, I think she'll like have an interesting dynamic with Shades.
Sure, yeah, I definitely think, in that moment she will.
Yeah, because up to that point, like, I do think when I see a Shades and Mariah moment, I like Shades in it. And I think Mariah's just sort of there. Like, she's interesting. I do think about them a lot as well. But I don't think, like, together they're that great yet.
Yeah, like the Mariah and Cottonmouth stuff, I really liked Mariah in the scenes when it was Mariah and Cottonmouth too.
I mean, they have a very like personal relationship, whereas Mariah does treat Shades more like a business partner.
Yeah, for sure. But even like Mariah and Diamondback, I really like together a lot more than like Mariah and Shades together. But I don't know what exactly. It isn't like particularly their dynamic because I do think about them plenty, but it is just like on screen in the moment.
I think it's that in all those other dynamics, like one person is explosive, or they can both be explosive because they both like they're comfortable with each other. But Shades is clearly trying not to spook Mariah, and Mariah is very uncomfortable around Shades.
Yeah, I think that is it. It's not a tense scene when it's with them. It's a very like, okay, this is just going to be an exposition scene.
Yeah. Which, by the way, cool scene with Mariah much earlier on in the episode when she's smashing like all the glasses in Harlem's Paradise.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's a direct callback to when she and Cottonmouth are both like freaking out over the Christmas Addicts incidents, and Cottonmouth's breaking all the stuff. Mariah smashes one glass, and then Cottonmouth says, "Hey, that's my shit you're breaking."
Yeah.
No, or I can break that shit.
Yeah.
Now that he's gone, she can break all the shit.
I didn't even think about that. What else do we have to talk about this episode? I think we talked about most of everything.
Yeah. Like, Judas 2.0s do seem to be threats.
Yeah.
I appreciate that we haven't seen any of them hit Cage yet, because that still leaves it up in the air as to how bad they would be.
But they definitely seem like they do something.
Yeah, I mean, there's that one that blasted a hole, like, in a wall, and that blast was bigger than the one where Cottonmouth shot the, the wall of the ladies.
Like, I was expecting these to be less powerful, but it just seems like they're just, these are not going to be they stick and drill into you sort of thing.
Yeah.
When he says they'll stick, I think it just means, like, they're actually going to go in.
Yeah. Because there's also the one that hits I think just the wire fence and it immediately sparks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the drilling part is gone now. Now it's just, they'll go in better than a normal bullet, and then they do still explode.
Yeah. But yeah, I really was not expecting them to be that bad. We got a new cool cop.
Yeah, Polsky.
Yes. A new cop working outside the system. Mm-hmm. As they always have to. You have a note here for him. What did you want to say about him?
Just that, like, I appreciate having another pro-vigilante guy on the force, or pro-our vigilante.
Yeah.
But it also shows how extremely compromised the force is.
Yeah. And I do like that he was, once he saw Luke and talked to Luke, he was convinced. It is, again, once you get to know him, well, not even once you get to know him, once you just get to meet him.
Yeah, like, once you see him in the moment. Like, if Luke had just punched him or something, he would have immediately gone, okay, Luke's a bad guy, I'm gonna shoot him.
Yeah.
It's the fact that Luke is the kind of person who doesn't immediately go in swinging if if you're not straight up attacking him.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like just the amount of, outside the system cops we're getting that aren't, taking it into their own hands. I think that's the most important thing. Like, they are allowing the they can see that the vigilantes are doing a better job than the police, and they are staying on the police force in order to allow the vigilante to do that.
Yeah.
Rather than, like the cops that put the Punisher logo on the car and just go around killing criminals because they say that they can.
Mm-hmm. Turk is described in this episode as a man of discretion and taste. Would you agree?
I would certainly not say that he's a man of discretion. Mm-hmm. And I would certainly not say that he's a man of taste.
He's a bad choice for, the guy who gives you all your money. Like, the only place you're doing business in because you're sleeping into the shadows. But at the same time, like, Turk is, at this point, the only person who would work with Diamondback.
Yeah.
Because of the same reason why he doesn't speak to, the supers. It's because he has this level of not wisdom. Where he has the connections, he can do the stuff, but he doesn't have the wisdom to know, oh, this is bad, I should step out of this.
Yeah, I do like that we've been constantly saying, like, Zip cannot be making any money here.
Yeah.
How is he making any money doing any of this stuff? With as much as he keeps getting caught by Luke and blah, 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 blah. Now, he's being paid by Cottonmouth or by Diamondback, respectively. So, sure, you got that going on, but is it worth everything else, that's happening? And why is Diamondback Cottonmouth paying him when everything keeps going bad? And how is he still paying them? Turk, we at least now see how he is making a lot of money, and maybe that money isn't being taken by the police when he gets caught.
Yeah, like, I think he's got to be stashing it somewhere and then using it to bail himself out.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got to have some other dude bailing him out and stuff. Like, he's got to have some help somewhere.
But I really like his place in the series, or like in the MCU, as this like wandering third party.
Yeah.
Especially as one who doesn't, like, he's never there when the bullets start flying. He explicitly says in this episode, like, when it's time, when it's time to do the gun deals, talk to me. Until then, I'm not here. Yeah.
And he's someone who is like, he is like an awful person, but in his own mind, he's like, I'm not a bad criminal. I'm just like buying buying hardware and then reselling it for a marked up price and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So in like the Nikes or whatever, like if that was true or whatever, that is, it's still a crime in that, but like there's levels of crime. But then it's like, if Turk was still doing that, it'd be a lot more like, okay, well, don't put... Even if he's a repeat offender, it's like, he doesn't deserve to be locked in a dumpster for, out. But, like, the fact that he's a repeat offender with weapons is the big problem. Where it's like, if he was like, okay, well, I'm still going to do some criminal stuff, because that's the only way I know how to make money, but I'm going to, like, step down and do blah, blah, blah. Then it's like, okay, I could give him a break.
Yeah.
But no, Turk, you belong to stay in that dumpster for, until the weekend.
I'm also glad we had the karmic retribution for him, indirectly being the reason why Pop is dead.
Yeah.
Like, it was also just satisfying to have Luke lift him up, where Turk's going, oh, what is this?
Yeah. Barely anybody knows about Luke's super strength.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about his bulletproofness, but so little people know about the super strength.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, also him being trapped in the dumpster was entirely his fault.
Yeah.
Like, if he gave the information up, he wouldn't have been trapped in the dumpster.
And he waits, like, until halfway crushing, before he's like, okay, now I'll talk.
Yeah. Also, I don't know how they're gonna get him out of there. When the trash does come, what are they gonna do?
I mean, Misty's getting there before the trash comes.
Is she?
I mean, Luke told her, yeah, go over there as if there.
But she didn't.
True. Oh no! And she is working outside the system to some extent, so she probably didn't call it in.
No.
Oh no!
Good. Let him suffer.
Well, he's gonna eat those diapers.
Eat those diapers, Turk. Maybe next time you'll stick to just selling diapers.
So, Shade stole Diamondback's files, like, really early in the episode.
Yeah.
So, I'm so curious to see what's going to happen to Luke / Carl Lucas at the end of this. Because there are two separate things that will send him to jail. And Shades and Raya can get him on either of those, or they can forgive him for both of them, or they can forgive him for one of them but not the other.
I think Luke is going to burn his, like, Carl Lucas files, like, if he gets them or whatever. Because he doesn't want to be Carl Lucas anymore.
Yeah, but those are the files that show that Carl Lucas didn't commit the crime.
Sure, but would it be better to try and come forth with it and maybe go back to Seagate? Or would it be better to burn it and know that there's no existence of your identity?
I mean, I guess that also... It depends on whether Mariah and Shades get, like, sent to jail or killed or whatever. Because Shades could presumably still blackmail him. Or even if he can't blackmail him, he could just tell the cops, that's Carl Lucas.
Yeah. I mean, but they wouldn't know who the fuck that is.
I mean...
Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, his name's still in the papers and everything.
Yeah, like, the only files that were deleted were, like, the internal prison ones, but, like, Carl Lucas as a wanted person still exists.
Okay.
Otherwise the blackmail wouldn't work. It would be pointless.
Yeah, I guess that's the point. I'm so used to the MCU doing, erasing their existence.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, like, well, erasing any, like, if there was a newspaper that had their name on it, ostensibly somehow that newspaper does not have their name on it anymore.
Yeah, but we've seen the newspapers still exist. The paper trail is still out there.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I feel like also most people don't have their name was in the newspaper.
Yeah.
But, either way,
So, what do you think is going to happen there? Like, do you think Luke's going to jail for either identity? Or do you think he's going to be clean slate by the end of this?
I mean, I still think he's going to burn the papers, and he's not going to try and, exonerate his name.
Okay. What about Luke Cage? Does Luke Cage go to jail?
No.
Okay.
Whether that be because he is on the run, or because he goes to, like, trial and they find him innocent, or whatever. Okay. But I think I would honestly just rather him just be on the run.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's how I would prefer to have him. I think that also fits more with him being a hero for Harlem and everything like that.
Yeah.
As if he's just, like, a wanted criminal.
Sure. And that would also, like, make it more important that the streets are protecting him.
Yeah.
Because that would explain why he hasn't been taken in at any point when he's helping people, because they just do not say Luke was here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's all we got this episode.
Yeah, we covered basically everything.
We'll see you guys for the next one. Until then, get the fuck out of here.